Hey you guys, welcome back to Urban Homesteading. Today, let's talk about 3 ways we can get our life started on a healthy process. It can be so overwhelming, so we're going to start with just 3 simple things. 3 things that I kind of started doing in the very beginning. 3 things I first did to help my mind start to understand being healthier, try to just make a healthier living, and understand just the small things can also make a big difference. You don't have to go to the extreme as well. It is good to eat organic, but you don't have to go so extreme of doing all the big things and spending all the money on organic food and vitamins and all that. It's also really good to keep in mind the very simple things in life of being healthy. Just doing those 3 things, maybe start there. Implementing those 3 things first and really start wrapping your mind around it, because getting healthy is a very huge subject and it is a road to start walking down. Before we start, make sure to like and subscribe down below, comment, share anything you'd like. Anyway, so let's get going. So we're going to talk about 3 things that we can do to help us just have a healthier lifestyle, a better lifestyle, that really is just gonna start us thinking, I guess you could say, along that mindset of doing what's best for our body. First thing we're gonna talk about is BPA Free Containers. So when we're talking about BPA Free Containers, I just kind of got out different kind of things I use. So some of them have food in them because I'm using them. This is banana bread. Anyways, these ones are really cool at Costco, and there's different sizes, more sizes than this. And this one I got at Costco. They're kind of cool. They seal off your stuff. Organic pretzels, kind of cool. And different sizes. I got some almond flour, and I use jars, canning mason jars. That's really good because it's glass. So the reason why I use BPA free, it's actually even better to use glass. They sell things like this in glass, but I got BPA free plastic, and I do have some glass ones. But anyways, the main reason why you want to use BPA free is because when it's not BPA free, there's a chemical in the plastic, and that is going to be released into your food, especially when you microwave it. Let's say, oh, I'm going to stick my lunch in here, perfect, go to work, I need to heat it up, maybe it's like a taco or something, stick it in the microwave. If it's not BPA free, there is chemicals, there is very bad things in the plastic that's going to be released because it's at such a high temperature of heat into your food, and then you're eating that food, even if it is organic or even if it is healthy, you're going to be eating those chemicals into your food. Okay, also you guys, when you buy canned food products, this is just diced canned tomatoes, organic. Make sure you get a can that says that it's made with BPA free material, like the actual can, because a lot of times it's organic food, but it's in a can that's not BPA free lined. It actually has that, and so it's just sitting there and all those chemicals are going in, because it doesn't have to be under a extreme amount of heat for those chemicals to be released into that food. But just make sure those small things, just look at it, just make sure it's BPA free. Just use this instead of plastic that's not BPA free. When you buy plastic bags, make sure it says BPA free. It honestly just takes 2 seconds to take a glance to make sure it's BPA free. And it's not that much more money. It's like maybe a couple cents. Like, it's honestly, you won't even notice the price difference. If I need to add $5 onto your shopping budget, it's worth it in the long run. You do not want those bad chemicals going into your body. The second thing we're going to be talking about is water, kind of along the same lines. Water is obviously really good for you, obviously. But when you have a water bottle, let's say you buy a water bottle at the store. Woo, my camera. You buy a water bottle at the store. You don't want honestly, that's not going to be any much better than just tap water. Because not only, so the tap water, as most people know, it has those chemicals, it has that chlorine, it has, if you have an older home, your pipes might be rusty and you don't know it. It's getting that rust into it. Same thing with water bottles. It is not filtered water as most people think it might be. It's also sitting in a plastic bottle that's not BPA free, and it's, you know, maybe traveling in big trucks in the heat, and it's going into stores. Every climate's different. It's going from extreme hot to extreme cold in the refrigerator. Those water bottles are releasing those chemicals and from that plastic, because it's not BPA free, into your water, and then you're drinking it. So it's not much better than drinking tap water. So also, when you drink water out of a water bottle, it actually put antibiotics in it. Not the healthy natural antibiotics I talk about on here, but unhealthy antibiotics in there, and chlorine and a bunch of stuff they don't filter out. And you're not going to want to be drinking that, you guys. That is not good for your body and for your system to have to process. Now, a few different types of ways you could have healthy water is, let's say a cheap way you can do is to buy a little travel thing. I'm going to link it all down below. It's called, I had to write it down because I can't pronounce it, a Berta. So it's Berta. I always say it different, but anyways, it's a Berta filter, and it's gonna filter that water for you. It's gonna make it nice and pure. It's gonna have not any of those antibiotics in it. It's not gonna have all that chlorine in it. It's gonna be very good. Or you can do what we do. There's a place near us actually that has an osmosis system that filters the water, and we just go, we pay maybe 25 cents for however much, ends up being like a couple bucks, and getting good gallon bottles for that system. Here, I'll show you guys them. Okay, so these are the glass bottles we have. They're not plastic, so that's good. They're glass, and we have 2 of them, and we fill them up. You can have obviously a lot of them, and you can fill them up however much you need them. Look into there might be a place that you might not just know about near you, and it has the osmosis system, or it has that filtered water, and you're really having a very healthy water go into your diet. It is filtered, it has no chlorine, it has the good minerals in it, it does not have all those bad antibiotics in it, so that's going to be really good for you. Last thing, number 3, what we're going to talk about is coffee and coffee filters. That is a very simple thing that you can change over and not have to be out a lot of money, I guess I could say. So it's very important as well. So on your, the product bag, it doesn't just be brown. It needs to say unbleached, completely chlorine free for your filters. Because you think about it, like if you make tea, you're soaking herbs or whatever in hot water and extracting all of that good potent stuff out of that herbs for tea. Just like that, you're soaking your coffee in very extreme hot water in a bleached coffee filter, and all that bleach is being soaked out too into your coffee, and then you're drinking it, and that's very bad for you. So instead, just look over next, buy the unbleached ones. Not that much more money. I think it's maybe $1 more, and it's like 100 in one pack. So you'd have to drink a lot of coffee for it to not be worth it. Too much coffee. So anyways, make sure you get unbleached, completely unchlorine free. They're gonna be brown because of course they're unbleached coffee filters. Now coffee, you want to make sure you get organic coffee, because that's honestly, it is going to be a little bit more expensive, but it is so worth it. Honestly, I think it tastes better too. So coffee is full of antioxidants. It is full of antioxidants, but coffee is also acidic. Now, it is good to have acidic get an acidic intake, but obviously not too much. Now, that's a different video for a different time. I will do on acidic level, your acidic in your body, your level, your pH level, balancing that out, what it does, all of that. But I'm just saying, instead of buying the non-organic, just whatever coffee, just look to your right on the shelf or find a good place and buy organic coffee, because this is the reason. So basically, all coffee is acidic. It's all full of antioxidants, But the thing is when it's not organic, is that it is one of the highest level on the crops that get sprayed for pesticides and chemicals. So when they're getting high level and then it's going straight on the bean, and then they're just stick it in the grinder and it's grinding it all up and you're soaking it. So then not only are you using bleached coffee filters, but you're using a bean dosed, soaked, and because it's one of the highest level of sprayed chemical and pesticide products, grinding it up, soaking it in a hot water, obviously because it's being soaked so it can give you coffee. And then it's taking the bleach and putting in there, and then there's your coffee. And that acidic level and non-organic, and it's just not good for you at all. So just instead of buying non-organic and bad for you, just look over or find a place and buy unbleached, completely non-chlorine, no chlorine in the filters, and buy some organic coffee. It tastes better, I'm telling you. And now you have an organic bean with no pesticides. It's non-GMO, hopefully, as well. It has no pesticides, has no chemicals on it. It's being ground up. It's being soaked nice and hot in a unbleached filter, and you're enjoying an amazing cup of coffee. So anyways, I hope those things were super simple. 3 things, super simple, super easy for you guys, and hopefully you can buy these things. You can buy them from your couch, you guys. Go online right now and just order some BPA free containers, some organic coffee, unchlorine filters, and some great water. So I'll see you guys later next Monday.